Hello there gang, DD Devere here, just playing a little bit of Before Nightfall. So I thought I'd throw together a quick gameplay video for the channel, as is my ways. So what do we get with Before Nightfall? We do have some options. It appears to have controller support, although I'm playing this with mouse and keyboard. I'm not sure what a face button top. Strange way of labelling it. What is a screenshot mode? So there's your controls. Graphics. I think I'm on high because I click on it, but it keeps defaulted it keeps highlighting low. So whether that means I've changed it or not. Same with VSync on. Is it on or off? No idea. And sound is just a volume level. That's your lot. And then languages. You seem to have English and then whatever that is. So a very brief look at what little we get. So let's just start game. We can hide that. I mean, that looks quite nice apart from the irritating blur, motion blur that's on. It seems you can't turn it off. Maybe on low settings it might be able to. So we have a locked cabin. And, well, we've got wood, it seems. That's the aim of the game. It says it sells itself as survival on the store page, but it's collecting wood. There is all we do. And what do we do when we've got some wood? You'll notice at the bottom icon at the top left there, we're getting colder. So we have a campfire and we have a box. Left click to fill the box. We need to fill the box before nightfall. Otherwise you lose. If you freeze to death, you lose. But once you start the fire, if the fire then goes back out again, you also lose. So, yeah. And that's your lot. There's no save or anything. You'll notice there wasn't any continue games. There's nothing. There's no saving or anything like that. There's no need to in this somewhat small map that we have to explore on. Piano soundtrack's quite nice, I guess. A little atmospheric theme, but that's kind of it. So this is pretty much the whole game. You do get different types of wood. I mean, I guess that's nice. If they make any difference to the burn time or how they fill up the box, it doesn't seem to make any sort of difference. So hopefully we should have enough now to at least get the fire going and keep it going. So it seems we only have one match on us to get the fire started. Why we can't just kick the door into this rather warm cabin, who knows. So let's might as well chuck everything we've got into the fire. Now we of course have to wait for the fire to warm us up again. I suppose the interface in the UI is fairly easy enough to get the gist and the hang of. Why, if you've got plenty of wood in the box and plenty of wood in the fire, you can't survive a night, I've no idea. But if you don't have it full, then boom, that's it, game over. And this is it. This is the entire game. There's nothing really. It's going to be very hard to make a gameplay video, and there's so little gameplay to make a video of. Perhaps the more annoying thing is just those little twiggy bits. Trying to pick them up, you've got to be really specifically spot on to get the hotbox activated to pick them up. I suppose that adds to the challenge. At least it puts some decent like snowstorm effects to make you feel like you're in a real hazardous environment. As it is, this feels quite pleasant. All the sunlight, we're protected by hills and trees, you know. In fact, we're running. Shouldn't that slow down the speed we chill out at? So yeah, there's not really a lot of balance in this, or indeed gameplay. Hard to tell if we've got a sprint meter or not. It doesn't feel like we're going any particularly slower or anything. And don't worry, you can't break the map because they've just put invisible walls everywhere to stop you getting out. So that's the limits of you that we can pretty much go to there. It's not really much of a game in all honesty. I mean, look at this fence. It's all that wood there. How hard would it be just to kick that over? 2-second job. You know, unless you've broken both your legs, in which case keeping warm would be the least of your problems. Better watch out. I'm heading a bit close. Luckily, it isn't. Of course, you'd probably expect there's no fall damage, so I can just sort of whee all the way down here. Oh, some free wood though. Have some of that. Maybe I'm going a bit slower. It's really hard to tell if it's a sprint meter or not in this. At least they normally, most games if they've got one, at least have the decency to sort of do a panting breath effect to give you a bit of a clue. This one doesn't, although we've got plenty. The fire's still going plenty well, so that's not too bad. At least there is a sort of day and night cycle going on. So quickly chuck this all in here. Why do we need to fill such a huge box for? Hello, are we warming up yet? Well, I can stand on it without burning to death. That's good. That's positive. I guess maybe it getting dark is supposed to make it more challenging to actually see the wood you're picking up. I guess. I mean, I'll give them credit for that. They don't highlight the wood in any particular way. There's nothing glowing, so at least you do actually have to look for it. That's something, I guess. It's not much of a something, admittedly. But, you know, thankful for small mercies, as we ain't getting a lot with this one, gang. I suppose, in fairness, it's only £1 if it's not on a sale. So it's not like, you know, it's not going to break the bank, but then it's worth £1. I mean, obviously that's a personal thing for each person. But when it's just this, there's no exploration, no Easter eggs to find, not that I've seen. Maybe there are, maybe I just haven't been exploring enough, or I've been too fixated on finding the wood. Maybe it does. I'm just trying to figure out if this sprint does seem limited, or is it still relatively slow, whatever. It does make it hard to know. And again, of course, if you're after a more Arctic flavoured freezing experience, there's so many better games out there already. You've got games like Near Death and Arctic Alive. Some of these I've already got gameplay videos on my channel for. All that have a lot more gameplay. And even if they do cost a bit more money. Although Near Death, I think not Near Death, it was a freebie one I looked at that time. Oh, Frostbite Deadly Climate, that was it. That was a really good game for free. Again, had the sort of chill factor and sort of some fact you were trying to survive against some sort of hostiles as well. Whereas this is just literally running around looking for these chunks of wood. I've got to be a bit careful now as I'm getting on towards the freezing to death side again. I did see some more stuff here. You also, as you notice, you've got a fairly generous limit to how much wood you can actually carry. At least that's something else. And can we just sit there and snap loads of twigs off and branches off these trees here? Wouldn't that make our life easier? And down the bottom right there, that's our time counter. If we haven't got a full box by then. And let's chunk some more in here to keep this stacked up. And some more in here. Not far off, not far off. Well, let's see. If for some reason it takes us several hours to get back warm again, because you know we all enjoy a game that keeps us just sitting on the spot. That's always a An engrossing feature, a big selling point. Right, so where have we missed? I don't know whether it would just randomly generate each time I refill the box, or is it predetermined at the start of the day? I don't really know. We don't have a light or anything on us either. Well, that should keep us going for no end of time. Probably going to die on this one as well, as we've got it's nearly a third of the box still to fill. Perhaps I shouldn't have put so much into the fire that first time. Maybe doing sort of short runs is a better plan. Yeah, something I can pick. No, it's not. That's just some grass. Oh, there's loads of stuff here. Good. I like the night effect. Clouds look good. This is an Unreal Engine game, so you know, at least it looks nice. What little of it there is to look at. I don't think so. We're going to get... I don't know, we're kind of on the edge there. Might make it. Might not. Is it? Did I? Oh, I must have picked it up. Good. Come on, off the stuff. So if we could just kick that one little fence in there, we'd be quids in. I'm going to start fading back towards the... fainting back towards the camp. This is actually sort of slightly more challenging now that it is dark. Let's make it slightly more interesting. But, well, slightly more interesting. As we are talking very slight, to be clear here. I'm not exactly what you call on the edge of my seat with anticipation at this moment in time. So will this be enough? Will this not? We don't get another chance by the looks of it. Let's chuck everything in there first. Is it going to be... No, so we've lost basically. Got to take some out anyway to put back, and right click to take some wood out, and then stand here watching our time drip away. We'll still freeze to death if we don't. So this, yes, before nightfall. That one was... Oh, that's it. Have we won? Is it enough? No, that's it. You didn't manage to collect enough firewood before the nightfall. So there's your two options. Try again or exit to menu. So before nightfall, gang, we'll conclude here because I really haven't got the patience to watch paint dry for a second time, which is kind of what this game is basically like. The framework and the idea behind it is all right, but there could be more to it. Really. And what if you had a few locked areas with some big stacks of wood behind it, maybe had to find the key, or maybe find enough stuff to construct something to get you through a puzzle. There's lots of things they could have done with this to make this quite interesting. So as it is, it's just basically a game of busy work. They're rushing around, trying to collect enough bits, keeping a fire going and standing on the spot for a long time to rinse, repeat forever. And yeah, I mean, it's only £1. That's about its probably its biggest selling point, and it looks nice. I've got a sneaking suspicion that's this. I feel like I've seen this snow before somewhere. I don't know why. So maybe it's an asset, and they've done very little else. I mean, the UI's nice and easy to get the hang of. I suppose that's a good thing. Little soundtracks fitting for the sort of environment. You know, if they'd maybe made it so that there was like some blasting snowstorms coming up, making your job harder. That could have added a bit more tension. As it is, I say, it feels like a nice stroll on a Sunday morning in a in a sort of scenic park or something. you never really feel like you're in deadly danger. So this is survival in the very loosest sense of the term, really. So we'll conclude our dealings here, gang. That was before Nightfall. Very mediocre to middling experience at best, in my honest opinion. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Hopefully you found it useful and entertaining in some way. And as ever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to let me know you're live. I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.